The newest and hottest Middle Eastern fragrances right now, but are they worth it? Let's go. What's going on, guys? My name's Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. If you're not already a part of the family, then go ahead and join. You don't have to buy any of these to be a part of it. You just hit that button, and let's go ahead and get into the newest releases that I've added to my collection and just in the Middle Eastern fragrance realm. Some new releases, some are not even freaking out yet. Starting off with something that is already out and was a pleasant surprise. And if you're watching some of my other lists or you're subscribed, you might have already caught this. Sexy tobacco fragrance that screams fall time and honey. It's called Janan Tobacco by J. The same brand that released this sword axe looking fragrance. It's crazy. This scent right here is unique. Although it smells like it's a clone of Guerlain's honey tobacco, it's unique in the realm of clones, basically. There isn't anybody else that's cloned it like this. I mean, maybe some niche brand has tried to clone it. Nobody really pinpointed it, but this is incredible. For about $50, this stuff will last all day, and it smells like just fall time in a bottle. It is very sweet. You have to like honey for that one. Next one on this list from Rosossi. It's called Hawas Pink. The Hawas lineup has been coming out with a crap ton of fragrances and a lot more than most people can keep track of. This scent right here, indicative of the color, is marketed for women. I think it's a more feminine take, but it smells, in all honesty, I think slightly unisex. It has this glazed style of sugary almond with what smells like to me is like patisserie. Maybe some musks, some woods, but imagine walking into like a fresh donut or a bakery. It would smell like this. So sexy on a woman. And in fact, I discovered this while smelling it on a woman. I went in to get some oud chips from Rosossi, and one of the people that were also in the store had just sprayed this, and it was so good. I honestly thought it was a unisex fragrance until I saw the bottle. Tempted to actually try this one on. I tested it, and it lasted the entire day. The Hawas line, generally speaking, doesn't miss, and this is another one of those that doesn't either. And I know you're probably wondering, what about the other Hawases? They're on the way. A lot of those are not even out, and even though I've been trying to get it even before release, it's just been almost impossible to get my hands off. From El Wataniya, they came out with two fragrances that are called Arya. There's Arya Original, and then there's Arya Pink Peony Rose, sorry. Both of these are inspired by women's perfumes. This is Paradox Virtual Flower, and Arya Peony Rose smells like a Mouage Guidance. This, it's pretty in pink, floral, powdery. It's easy to wear. This, however, smells to me better than Guidance. Guidance gives me literally like a migraine and vomiting. It just smells bad. And that fragrance went viral because of some video. Olivia made the video about it smelling like vagina. Damn! Yeah. Okay? So this, I mean, if I really think about it, like a clean one, I guess. But Guidance must have had some stank shit in that because it made me vomit. Literally. This, not so much. It's got a pretty diffusive dose of pear, musks, and woods. But then what makes this one really stand out, or unique, I should say, is this very light and creamy style of hazelnut. This isn't anything that's going to be sweet. It's nothing that's overpowering or anything like that. But I would say that through and through, it's much more of like this musky aura. I think the osmanthus in Guidance is so strong, and that's like this bitter note that really sets me off. This one, it's a lot more mellow. It's a lot more wearable. I don't like Guidance, but if you want to get an idea of it, go for this, you guys. Don't spend that $400 just to find out that it gives you a migraine, as I learned the hard way. Okay? Luckily, it was back in the day where I used to sell fragrances, and I got rid of it. This right here is called Thunder by French Avenue, and it smells like one of my favorite Penhaligons, Mr. Thompson. That in itself has this fluffy cotton style of scent that smells also a little bit soapy, coming from Iris. A lot more notes than that, but what it really smells like to me is just like fabric softener. Some of the other notes includes oak, even sesame and vanilla. Sweet, fluffy, and the frothy style of nature coming from the combination of lavender and iris. So it will remind you of like fresh sheets. You're getting into bed and you just washed it. This is what it smells like, but also vanillic. Mr. Thompson lasts all but maybe an hour. This one, it gives me more than an hour, but it's not the longest lasting fragrance in the world either. And I think it's because of the composition of the way that this fragrance is put together. It does last longer, it does smell pretty close, but they're both not that lasting. If you're okay with that, then grab this. I mean, you guys, look at the dent. I've been rocking the shit out of this one, and it's very inoffensive. It smells like you took it out of the dryer. Initial blast is pretty strong because it has a combination of some peppers. The frothy lavender is very mellowing, and it smells really good. Next one, I think every woman should have in her collection, and that's a strong statement, but I truly believe that of both of these. This is called Allure Couture by Fragrance World. It smells like vanilla pound cake with lemon. If you like Bianco Latte, this I personally find it more interesting. I love that lemon zest. It's like a cupcake with lemon zest. So sexy, okay? I wouldn't personally eat a lemon cupcake over a vanilla cupcake, but if you were to wear them, this one has the more interesting factor for sure. There's just something a little bit lighter and funner about this one versus that where it's just like kind of, you know, youthful and flirty. This one having that citrus kick to it, another facet, another accord. Next one by Nusuk, who's been killing the game lately. It's called Mahab. I don't know, bro. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I know I'm Arab, but sorry, not sorry. On the top, there's this glitter globe with an alligator there. And Mahab is all about the musks, the peppers, the woods. There's this suede-like vibe, and maybe even a little bit of sweetness as an undertone. I don't personally know exactly what this is inspired by. It gives me like Drunk Lovers by Born to Stand Out, maybe touches of Baby Cat, even Essential Parfums Bois Imperial. But then again, there are a lot of fragrances that have come out to have that combination of scent. Hell, even Castly has like a fresh twist on Bois Imperial. This actually smells like, could be close to something like that. Anyway, fragrance itself smells expensive. The bottle, it's pretty damn cool. And speaking of Nusuk, this is a 10 right here. It's called Atiq. And this stuff smells like the bottle indicates, honey and lavender. It smells like Xerjoff Naxos. And it's been a long time since Naxos has been done. And I'll tell you what, man, back in the day, it was only Paris Corner, and that was like one of the best ones at its time. They have now since, wow, the quality increase is next level. Honey, frothy ass lavender, simple as that. I love the scent, and that's how I would describe it. This is next level stuff, you guys. And tobacco, wow. Get this, and you will thank me later. Amazing fall fragrance, incredible. You can dress this one up, you can dress it down, and the longevity for this, by the way, is a minimum of 7 hours. Nusuk is stepping up their game. Next one is called Suede Generis by French Avenue. This has coffee, earth, and vanilla. Also the touch of iris, and it's a clone of Gentleman Society. Vanillic, woody, and sexy spice. The sexy spice is cardamom, and it's just done very lightly. Overall, I'd say that this is a vanillic, woody fragrance. And even the wood quality in this one, you guys, it's not like dark forest. It's more so from vetiver. I love this scent. I love the fragrance. It smells very sexy, but also something appropriate for the office. Super easy to wear. If you like sexy vibes on a daily, this is exactly that. Wow. Yeah. Game of Spades has come out with a lot of fragrances over the last year. And a lot of those fragrances are Louis Vuitton inspirations, and they've been getting a lot of traction. I've tested a few of them, and a few of them are pretty damn good. I just never really got to dive head first until No Limit. No Limit smells like Bad Bunny's favorite fragrance, which is MFK's Amorous Extrait. Fresh citruses that smells pretty classic in the opening, moderned out with this powdery accord coming from some kind of iris, drying down into something that's ambery, woody, and even a touch naturally sweetened. And that's what this smells like. This fragrance in itself kind of reminds me of like aura scents, right? Where you just wear it, you smell clean, you get complimented, it just smells like a vibe. It smells like money, basically. And so it makes sense why Bad Bunny loves that fragrance. But that fragrance for 50 mLs is, oh my God, like $300, bro. This, around $80, smells almost identical to it. Fresh, clean, it has a classic vibe. And the classic vibe that this reminds me of as well, much like Amorous Pour Homme, is going to be something like Chanel Allure, even Louis Vuitton's Meteor. But Louis Vuitton's Meteor smells much cheaper. This is excellent. If you like Meteor, if you like Amorous Extrait, then you definitely need to check this one out. The actual notes of this one will include the mandarin, it'll have the rosemary, so something aromatic and citrus opening. And as it starts to dry down, obviously the note of amorous and potentially even that tonka bean. It's a great fragrance, and I think for the price, especially as a cut down from MFK, and there have been plenty of dupe houses that tried to do MFK at a very cheap level, and they've never been this quality. Moving on to the next one, speaking of ambers, this one is a lot richer, more towards the tobacco and dried fruits. It's Amber Empire. Before it even releases, I'm going to tell you right now, it's worth every penny. $500 versus $50. Longevity of this is all day. It smells like Bond Amber, but even richer because it's stronger. Simple as that. For the fall and the winter time, this is going to be insanely good. And what's crazy to me is a lot of people are looking at like amber scents right now or nowadays, and they're looking at price tags of like $400 to $500. And then when they get their nose on something like this and you don't tell them what it is, or even something like this, they would probably guess minimum of like $200. And then you tell them it's $50 and their jaws drop. Next one is called Nusuk Rahiq. Look at the bottle presentation. This is one I'd buy again just for the freaking bottle. But the scent, Wow, man. This one also has a honeyed patisserie or bakery vibe, but it also has a bit more florals. It smells like it's more frothed up, whereas something like Rosassi Pink goes straight head into some of that sweetness, and it's extremely projecting. This one, maybe in the same family, but nothing alike. I would say that this one has a little bit more of a diffusivity, lighter and more airy, and placed into a similar family or category like this. Whereas this one might have a bit more woods in the backbone and more nuanced, giving it that patisserie or the bready texture. This one doesn't go into that. And maybe even more ambery, resembling something more waxy, indicative of the bottle vibe. Sexy ass fragrance, but if you like this, you're gonna love the pink as well. Last but not least, this is nuclear. You have been warned. Also from Game of Spades, it's called Roll It 5. Not only been to Vegas a handful of times because of the fragrance conventions, I don't gamble. Neither should you. And instead, I gamble by buying fragrances that I don't know what they're gonna smell like, and then I come and tell you guys that I f***ed up. This was not a f*** up. And what this smells like is a super rich and dense combination of raspberry, strawberry, ambers, and woods. It does give me a certain vibe similar to Venom Incarnate, but it is not a clone, not to my nose at least. And in fact, this one's better. I can't even get myself to smell this off the atomizer without gagging. And oh my God, just the memory of it. Listen, fragrance is powerful. Okay, just the memory of something can make you want to vomit, let alone the smell of it. I opened the cap. Oh my God. This, however, smells like a jammy raspberry and strawberry combination that's super rich. You guys know those people who are like bouncing on making wine and stuff, and then you guys go and drink like right off their feet and shit? What? That's one of the reasons why you shouldn't drink also. I'm just f***ing with you. But anyways, now imagine taking that juice, turning into a molasses-like base that you would then use for hookah, because that's the density and the richness of the fruits that's in this one. So it has a richness of that hookah style of molasses, along with those ambers and woods. Simple as that. There's been a couple of other fragrances that have been coming out that smell like hookah, but all of them give me a certain vibe that smells much close to like Killian's Hot Smoke, which is double apple, al-fakhr, straight up hookah vibes. This is much different than both of those. It has elements of certain fragrances without it actually being a clone, at least to my nose. Similar strawberry to this fragrance, and then also adding a different aspect of raspberry, and then a super rich molasses-like jammy nature, and then maybe an undertone of that hookah. It's called Roll It 5. If you're into just straight powerful ass fragrances, it's gonna be this. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. These are the newest and the hottest Middle Eastern fragrances right now. Let me know in the comments section how many of you guys, gentlemen, buy fragrances, women's fragrances, for your loved one, spouse, mother, brother, sister. Well, maybe not your brother. I mean, who knows? I would personally buy both of these and potentially even this one. Make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and join the family. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.